You guys, I am excited. It's Thursday, 10 a.m. I was stuttering because I couldn't remember what day it is. But I will be live with you guys every Tuesday and Thursday about 10 o'clock. I forget that when I do this from my computer, it forces me to do the whole studio setup thing on the computer. So sorry that I am coming a couple minutes late, but I hope you guys are having a great morning. If you are watching me for the first time, I am Tanika D'Souza. I'm a business coach and I go by the 100K challenge chick because I feel passionate to help entrepreneurs break that 100K income ceiling in their businesses. So I deal with you, the business owner, through making those like tough decisions, a lot of decisions for the first time, all on the path of breaking that 100K ceiling. I find that once you break that in your business, typically you feel a lot more confident about what you're doing. You're able to easily diversify your offering. But most people they stutter a lot early and excuse me, and they think that the solution is to keep changing and changing when really the solution is to like really stick with one thing, be consistent, absolutely not confusing to your audience, and they will appreciate you, understand the value and the results they can get with working with you, and then they'll do it. They'll join you, they'll buy your products, they'll join your classes, they'll take your coaching because you are clear and consistent. So those are the types of things that I talk about. Today we're going to be jumping in. You probably saw the title, How Do You Know That You're Ready? And you can apply that to so many things. The description talked about a lot of us being only partially committed, and therefore we're not seeing any results. So we're going to talk about how you can go from partially committed, not totally sure, to saying a full yes. So how do you even know you're ready is where I started. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I've been in business for myself for over 10 years. So knowing you're ready, not being 100% committed to something is not a newbie to business issue. You deal with this constantly. And so what happens over time is your ability to take a risk, your ability to jump in and do something, you just that time frame that you're nervous or not totally committed is shorter. However, it still comes up. So this is not just for the person who's new to business or starting from scratch. This is for the person who knows there is more, who knows there is the next level. They're standing in front of it and it's all about, am I ready to take that next step? So I'm gonna pause here. And ask you guys, so whether you're watching live or on the replay, are you gonna put, what bucket do you fall in? And it doesn't have to be all super technical, but are you new to business? Like, are you new, starting, getting ready to start, or under like 3 years? I would call that new. If you are beyond the 3 year mark, then you can just say, business owner. So new to business or business owner. Where are you guys? So I know kind of who to speak to. But either way, if you're watching as a replay, definitely post that in the comments because I just want to have an understanding of who's with me and who needed to hear this today, just for the feedback. So, like I said, I have been in business for over 10 years, you guys. And what I will tell you is, even just a few months ago, I had to make a huge decision about my business and how I wanted it to run and what I wanted it to look like. And I had to like commit all over again to business and to this next level. And that's what we're doing all the time. Thank you, Atiba. I see you are a business owner. Thanks for commenting. So we're constantly having to make that decision. And so I understand it because as an entrepreneur, not only have, I've been in business for myself, but this is how my house functions. I married an entrepreneur. So that was my husband writing that he's a business owner in the comments. But when we make decisions, when we commit to something, when we say we're ready to do something, we understand the financial investment that is going to be, but there's a lot riding on that because you're committing, like I'm making decisions about my house. If this doesn't work out, that's money not coming into my home, things I can't do. I mean, a lot of you are early in the stage because I absolutely support savings. But the point is, when you're making those decisions that affect the income of your house, they feel really weighty. And for some of you, it's not even that you're making the full decision because of the income. You're making the decision about your time commitment and whether you can do it, whether you even feel like you can get this done. So not even like I'm balancing being a mom, I'm balancing being a student, I have a job, but also do you even feel like you're going to see the results that you want? Are you going to invest money, time, energy, even telling people what you're doing and then not see anything? So the thing is not whether you're new and whether you're new to making this decision. It's about is what's in front of me worth risking something today, right? And we have to, I'm telling you guys, we have to constantly make this decision in business. So it doesn't matter what you feel like you're facing. You have to know, you have to decide basically that you're ready. And your answer to whether you're ready, your answer is yes if you are tired basically of just writing down what you want to do. I have tons of cute notebooks for that. I got journals. I just discovered bullet journals, you guys. That is a whole new world. But the point is, I'm tired of just writing my concepts. I'm tired of dreaming of all that this business could be, and I want to see it. I want to live it out. Your answer is yes if you want your next steps to match your purpose. Because like I was in business, and I'm not going to say I'm not purposed to be a baker, but I want a different lifestyle. I want some different things out of my life that I can't do from that traditional bakery. We definitely reinvented, we changed and all of that, but I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to really follow this passion that I have to help other business owners to really break that first, in my opinion, huge hump in their business, which is the 100K income ceiling. If where you are now is where you know you don't need to be, and it's not even where you want to be, then you need to give a yes. Yes, I'm ready for the next thing. If you're tired, like I said, of thinking about something, and for some of you, oh my goodness, I talk to my clients all the time. I talk to people all the time, other business owners, and they have been saying yes and thinking about this for 5 years with no plan in place, with no action steps, or with very little. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. And to be honest with you, say yes, I'm ready if you're tired of having the year end and you hadn't met your goals. Now, some of you, we have to talk about what type of goals you're making, because if you are barely making $1,000 a month and you say you're about to be a 7-figure business, that's going to take you possibly more than 12 months. I don't know what you sell. So for some of my clients, they have very high ticket offers, and therefore maybe the 7 figures was realistic. But for a lot of us, that's going to take a little time to build that. So some of you aren't reaching the goal because you set super lofty ones, and I'm never going to discourage you for that, but we do have to have some things that are realistic and measurable so that we can meet those goals, right? So if you are setting the realistic goal and still not meeting it, over time, that also does something like really not so great to our psyche, because it kind of tells us you've tried this before, it's not going to work. But the reality is, you didn't really try, you just kind of thought about it. So I'm going to share my own story, because I did think of some coaching stories, and to be honest with you, they all pretty much match this, right? Usually, well, I'll kind of mix it. Usually, when I start talking to somebody and I ask them, in more discovery, like, what do you want to see from your business, and like, what are your goals, and what are you really hoping to build? And most often they start with a story that started a few years ago. Like, a few years ago, I saw this and it inspired me to do this. And so I started doing a few things, and then I'm here. Just a few years later, no business income, or very little business income, no audience built, just I still have the idea, and I, talk about it often, and we find that to be okay, but we're not producing anything. So my journey is, I've absolutely done several iterations of this coaching business. One, when you are in business, I absolutely helped a ton of my friends, and even my staff, my bakery staff, I absolutely trained them to leave me and run their own businesses. I knew I wasn't their last job, so I took pleasure in them leaving, throwing these big parties to celebrate their next step. Some of them taking, jobs. My very first employee left me to go to the Gaylord, and she was like managing a team and doing all these desserts. So she, in a way, stepped up to this huge chain resort that does high-end pastries. And she was able to leave and say all the things she learned with me and get this like really, really great job. So a lot of others were starting businesses while they were working with me. So I literally like helped them plan out what to do. They can see things. I would give them more responsibility in my kitchen so that they got a feel of what to expect. But either way, as I started to formalize how I wanted to coach and say this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to help people, and I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, I started doing stuff, right? So I was saying yes to it. But the thing I'm going to tell you that's important is not just saying yes, but saying yes and putting action behind it and moving, right? So it's yes and move. It's yes and take action, right? Because just the yes just makes you feel good for a few minutes, but it also drives you absolutely back to just writing in your notebook, and nothing much comes of that. So it's all about saying yes first, but the real challenge is in moving. So like I said, I've had iterations of this coaching business, and not sure how many of you guys knew about my blog long ago called Untangled. And so I talked about relationships, but also business, and it kind of dealt with finding balance. Then I moved to Reduce the Crazy. That was productivity tips, because my point there was we have a lot of important stuff to do, so there's no such thing as balance per se. It's just reducing the craziness, reducing the stress, so that we can be the most productive that we can be. And that was birthed out of the fact that I hated when people used to tell me that I should just do less, because I mean, what part of less did you want me to do? I have growing kids. They all needed to be in activities. A lot of their life they were in private school, and I was running a business. I was a pastor at some point as well. So nothing that I was doing was insignificant. So you telling me to just quit something didn't make sense to me. And so I also wanted to let other people know that you don't have to quit things, just figure out how to balance it. I hate that word balance, because I think people anticipate their life being like perfect at that point, but That's not how it works. And then I started after that, win the day. I still do that. That's what I call this, win the day, you guys. And it's all about motivating you to understand the importance of every single day and making a decision every single day. So here's what I'm going to tell you, and this is the truth. All of those things I can tell you guys today and just say, yeah, those were me kind of stopping and starting and thinking out loud. I actually was building an audience for it, and I didn't do anything with it. So that is saying yes, but only halfway, because I wasn't doing anything to actually get anybody a result. I was just sharing information. And so for a lot of you, that's what you're doing. You're playing small. You're not actually saying a full yes. So that means you're not actually committing to helping people. When I talk to business owners, oh my gosh, they have so much passion for what they're doing. They know what they want, what the result is they want their clients to get. However, they get nervous about offering their programs, offering their trainings, offering their services, offering their products that will help somebody get results. And they reduce themselves to just talking a lot, writing a lot, networking a lot, but you're not helping move the needle for your client. You're not showing up big yourself. You're not totally committed to your business idea. You're not giving it a full yes at all. You're giving it a, let me try this, let me see how it works. And to be honest with you, a lot of you use that as a way to justify not making the bigger decisions. Well, when I do my win the day, not a lot of people watch me live, so I definitely shouldn't start this podcast. I definitely shouldn't do coaching, because who wants to listen to me? They're already telling me they don't want to listen to me. That is playing so small. People primarily listen to my stuff as a replay. So I'm excited that you guys are on watching, and a lot of people kind of are on and off. They get a couple pieces and they come back and they listen to the full video. Stop playing small and making excuses for your business and what you really want to do, because ultimately what you need to do is organize yourself, show up, level up, get what you need to make your business work, because that's the only way that you're going to make the impact and the influence that you know you are purposed to make. If I, as a business coach, just sat and just did these win the days all the time, I'm not actually helping you do anything. I'm helping my clients when I show up, when I coach them, when I share my experience, when I systemize things for them so that they can stop guessing about every decision. I'm not helping you do that just by jumping on here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. I'm helping you be prepared for my coaching programs, be prepared for the classes, be prepared for the membership group. I am prepping you to get the results you want. And the thing is, it's not about like being perfect at it, right? But it's all about you first deciding that you're going to show up, that you're going to understand what it is you want to produce in this world and put your energy toward producing it. So at the end of last year, at the end of every year, I write down kind of reflections of the year and what I want to see for next year, and start to figure out how I'm going to get that done. Because it's not about, okay, I want to do my coaching program, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's about, how am I going to get this done? Like, what makes the most sense? How, like, start thinking through the how. And at the end of 2020, you guys, pandemic is happening. A lot of people feel like money is very uncertain. But I'll tell you, my clients that I coached last year, did well. They organized themselves. They did well, especially that I have people who are they are trainers in gyms, and the gyms were closed, and they still found ways to make money and meet the needs for their clients. But I as well had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to move forward? How can I show up as my biggest, boldest self for 2021? What are my real goals here? And when I really thought about that and wrote that down, it was a little bit much. I was just nervous, but excited about what I plan to do. And I'm not even kidding. As soon as I really wrote that out, the program appeared, the teacher appeared. All of those things were just right there. And I was able to take advantage of a program that literally I'm being taught by the best of the best to build up my speaking platform, to really share this message that I have with tons of people by getting on stages, doing events, podcasts, all of those things, being featured in magazines. I'm telling you guys, I put myself in the best place possible, but even to just start working with this crew, you're easily spending 5 figures. So you're starting at the 10,000. That's like a low package that I didn't consider because it didn't meet all my needs. So I'm talking 25,000. Like it costs to invest that way in your business sometime. And so that was nerve-wracking for me. Like, just like I was just talking to someone and they were saying, I have to figure out my finances, and sometimes I allow this to hold me back in my business. I have that conversation with people all the time. It never ends. You're always going to have to invest. You're always going to have to commit. You're going to have to say yes, but what are you doing with the yes? Are you actually going to move forward and take action and put action behind it? So that's what I'm telling you guys. If you're playing small by just creating those social media posts and talking to people online, but you have not formalized yourself so that you're making the impact that you want, I'm challenging you to actually take some action, like fully commit. Figure out, where is your audience today and where do they need to be? I realize you guys have to break that 100K income ceiling. You have to. And there's only 18% of women entrepreneurs that do it. And I know what it's like to be a mom and to be a wife and to have other family obligations and then try to build a business. It's a lot, especially if you don't get help, if you don't get coaching, and if you don't raise your hand and say, this is the area that I'm currently struggling in, and allow somebody to direct you, to coach you through that thing that you want to do. And so it's not just about you having a really great thought. It's about you implementing, putting a strategy together so that you can see the results, so that you're getting the impact for your clients. So I shared that I had to make that really big decision at the end of 2020, and I did have a hard time. I got several people around me who are also business owners, also family members, things like that, to really help me make this decision. And they pretty much all told me, what are you scared about? Like, I know you're not letting the money be the thing that scares you. And I realized, yeah, I was, because I didn't want to invest that much and then it not work. Or, I felt like that put this new level of, I could disappoint my family on my plate. And so I made a decision. I figured out how to pay for that, like, up front. And oh my gosh, it has been awesome. Like, I literally just started a few weeks ago. But because I stepped out there and leveled up and took control and said, this is what I'm going to do, it has caused me to level up my business. I coach slightly differently. Like, I have a different approach. And that's what I want for you. I want you to fully commit and to get out of this what you said you wanted to get out of it, right? I want you to start making that impact, but it starts with you. You have to commit. You have to level yourself up so that everything around you will come up to that level. You will be able to make bigger and greater impact because you are investing in you. You are investing in your business. You can't really do it any other way. It doesn't just magically happen because you want it to. So, what I'm sharing with you guys is decide that no matter what, I'm going to get this done. Decide. And then move forward. So I do have a coaching program starting in March. It is called Accelerators. And I already know the systems that I have work great. Excellent. We've been using them all 2020 with my clients that I was doing one-on-one. So for the first time, I'm doing this in group format, and you guys can be my first group to take advantage of this. I did reduce the price just for this beta group because I want you guys to jump in. I want you to say a full committed yes to your business and start leveling up. The other great thing about the accelerators is that you have access to so many things. So as I work out what is needed and not necessarily needed, you guys are getting everything. So I'm super excited for this beta group to start in March. I want you to strongly consider joining me. Don't just strongly consider, join the group. I have several who are excited to join, and you need that. You need to be around people who have a mission and a motive to do better. I had to surround myself with people who were pushing for the same thing, because when I see them working, not that I'm just absolutely comparing myself, but I'm constantly seeing that what I want to do is possible because other people are doing it and they're no better than me. So okay, you are on stages, you're getting conferences, you're getting all this stuff. Me, like, I want to do it too. And that's exactly what is produced when you have group. So that's the advantage of the group coaching, you guys. But I'm not just here to motivate you. I'm here to train you and to coach you to your next level. I will tell you, there's only so much that you can accomplish on your own. Okay, so you can come here, listen to me every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. live. You can message me, all of that. But there is a difference, absolutely, when you decide to show up for yourself and your business, get the coaching and the training that you need so that you can start making the impact that your audience, literally, they're waiting for you to do this. They're waiting for you to do it. They're waiting for you to show up. They're waiting for you to make that hard yes and fully commit and take action, because when you do it, it doesn't matter what you're coaching and training and selling to other people, but if you don't do it, you can't reach them, and you're not an example to them of leveling up. You're not an example of pushing past where you are to get to where you desire. And at the root of it, that's what we're all doing. We're all motivating somebody, whether we're building their confidence, whether we're breaking a drug addiction, it doesn't matter. We are motivating them. We are helping them say a hard yes to their future, to their life the way they want to see it. And you have to do that first. You have to do it first. So I'm going to put my website in here. And that tells you more about the accelerator program. And if you want to receive the discount code for the beta group, send me a message. And if I ask my crew what it is, I will post it here. So that way you can see what the price is as you do your own research. But again, I really want you guys to make a decision. And not a partial decision, like a full-on, I wrote this vision and dream and reality for my business for the last few years. I'm ready to see it come to pass. And it does take you taking action and doing something. Your thoughts and you thinking this up 5 more times or 5 more years is never going to make the impact that you want to make. So use my website. Go to my website and learn about the Accelerator program. Um, It'll tell you a ton there. And if you want to talk to me about it, send me a message. I will happily get on the phone to really see if this is a good fit for you and your business. So I am committed to making sure you level up in your business. That's my job. You have to take the step to make sure you're doing what you need to do for your audience and the people that are dependent on you. You guys have a great day, and I will see you guys live Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Talk to you soon. Bye.